Welcome or welcome back to Awake and Bake with Danny. I'm Danny, I'm a silly psychic stoner, and I just want to sesh with y'all. Today we're going to talk about all things sex magic. This has been highly requested in my comments for months now, and it's going to be like a combination of all of my past sex magic videos in one. I'm going to teach y'all how to manifest and masturbate, okay? But before we get into it, you're going to need a couple things for today's episode. The first thing you're going to need is something to drink, because I certainly will not be responsible for you hooker whores being dehydrated. And then if you partake in gardening, like the internet makes us say, go ahead and grab something to hit or puff on. This is my Classics Blue Crack Disposable. If I had to guess, I would assume that the lineage is Green Crack and Blue Dream, but if I'm wrong, that's nuts. Honestly have to jump into it because we have a lot of ground to cover today. Let's start with masturbate, manifest, magic, okay? It all started when I started learning about sex witchcraft. So I know a couple sex witches. If you ever listened to audio only podcast of Awake and Bake, it's on like podcast streaming platforms, no video. I had a sex witch come on multiple times. Her name's Kaylee. She's one of my good friends actually from my hometown. She taught us so much, which I'll cover a little bit of that today. It also helped me realize, oh my God, I've been doing sex magic. And I knew that's what it was, but I didn't know that a sex witch was even a thing. I'm not claiming to be a sex witch. However, I do feel like I'm a witch who practices sex magic. So does that make me a sex witch? I don't know. You be the judge. I'll tell you how I do it, and then I can also explain how I do it with a partner, because yes, you can do it by yourself or with a partner. There's a few ways to do that actually, and we will get into all of it. We'll start with the masturbation process, with the solo dolo. First thing is first, before you even think about getting off, you need to figure out what it is that you want to manifest. And for me, it has to come from a place of passion and a place of pure intention. I'm not saying you can't hex a bitch, because I have been known to hex a motherfucker and it always fucking works, and I'm never mad about it. I never regret it, not once. But I'm not just hexing willy fucking nilly. Only hexes I've done have been very serious situations where it's like this person needs to like low-key be in jail or worse. One of my neighbors, he owns a salon, and so he was like at his salon and he racially profiled my husband and screamed profanities at him and racial slurs at him. So I hexed him. I feel no shame, no remorse. I'm only saying that because a lot of times with a very powerful or emotionally charged spell, you'll get what you want. You just have to be ready for the repercussions. But again, if you're coming from a place of pure intentions and honesty, you'll be fine. You can handle it because you're like, okay, this is justice. It'll be fine. The passion part is for two reasons. Well, number one, because if it's something that I'm not passionate about and I don't really care about manifesting, I'm not going to waste a fucking orgasm on that shit. Sorry, I could have been getting my little freaky deaky on instead of focused on the fucking manifestation. I'm not wasting it. So you can turn that passion into sexual energy. I'm not kidding. Whether you're coming from a place of excitement, anger, you want revenge, you want to achieve a goal, like a specific dream. Me personally, I've gotten really good at taking those big feelings and alchemizing it into horniness, so that also helps the process a lot more as well. Now that we're clear on what we want to manifest and why, we're going to write all of it down in detail about just the important shit. So that's going to be, what do you want to manifest? What does that look like? And what does that feel like? Really write that down and try to like actually feel it in yourself, like how you're going to feel when you get that. If it's revenge, how fucking good is it going to feel? And how fucking terrible is that other person going to feel? Hey, I didn't say I was an angel, okay? My husband says I'm an angel. I didn't say that. I said I'm a Libra who fucking loves justice. Got it written down. You felt it in your body. Nice. So we are prepped pretty much. Now, me personally, I'm going to take a hit in between. I'm going to smoke flower specifically because that really helps me get like a full body, perfect, wonderful experience. I always prefer flower. I really only hit a pen for these videos with you guys because it's just way easier. And I don't have to worry about cleaning my glass every fucking day and having people be like, yo, glass is dirty as hell. I know. I mean, not to the point where I'm smoking mold, but I'm smoking brown shit for sure. Speaking of that, take a hit. So the next part's pretty easy. Get the fuck into it, however you need to. You can focus on your manifestation if you want, but you don't have to. Like, if you want to watch porn, like, that's fine. Like, it really doesn't matter what you're doing while you're getting into it. Only thing that you need to really, like, lock in for is once you hit the big O. Now, that's why we have this paper next to us, because it is hard to focus when you're feeling really fucking good. You're not going to do it before the O, because it can kind of throw you off, okay? Once you're orgasming, I don't know why I keep saying the O. I'm like, I'm going to get age restricted, bitch. You're literally smoking and cursing up a fucking storm. It's fine. While you're orgasming though, live in that feeling. While that feeling is going on, that's when you're gonna look at your notes, see what you wrote, and then visualize it. Try to feel it again in your body and how good it's gonna feel when whatever the fuck happens. Try to hold that image and that feeling as long as you possibly can, or at least until the orgasm is done. We'll say this, if it is something that doesn't have to do specifically with you, like for instance, when I was hexing the racist salon neighbor, you might not always see the result, but trust that it's happening. I didn't see that result for a long time at first because I didn't really have to do with me specifically. But then there was a time where I later was like, oh, okay, yeah, he got his shit rocked. And if it does have to do with you, don't start looking for all like the little clues and signs. Shit is probably happening behind the scenes that you don't see right now because you did just do like a fast track, fast forward to getting your manifestation. So magical shit's gotta happen. Practice detachment if that helps, but just trust it's on the way, bitch. Take a hit, and then I will explain how you can also do this with a partner. There's a couple ways that I at least know of. Again, I'm not your fucking teacher. I'm telling you what I do. The first way, which is probably like the easiest way, is if both you and your partner do it together. Exact same process I just explained. You don't have to be thinking about your manifestation while y'all are fucking, but when you both orgasm, that'll be both of your goal. That'll be both of something that you guys are visualizing and thinking of. That is probably powerful as fuck. I've read a lot about it. I've heard great things. My husband is not into practicing witchcraft. He loves that I do it, and he likes when I do protection spells on him and shit. He also likes when I do spells like sex magic and stuff like that while we're having sex. He just doesn't want to participate himself with like the visualization himself. And that's okay because the energy exchange is extra powerful in general. That's fine. The key here is just consent. I always tell my husband before I do any type of sex magic, if we're having sex, sometimes I'll say, hey, I want to do like a spell and I'm going to do like an orgasm, like sex magic spell for it. Do you want to do it with me? Or like, should I just do it by myself? Obviously, he usually says he'll do it with me. But like, if he's not home, I'll just do it by myself. What I'm saying is he has no problem with me casting spells upon his dick. I'm sorry if that was too far. I'm sorry. Take a hit. While we're all being honest over here, let's talk about my true feelings about sensuality. I don't think enough people are sensual. I want to see more twerking personally. Because first of all, let's just talk about sensuality is part of one of your energy sources, okay? You know how you have your 7 main chakras? The sacral chakra is the same chakra where like the womb is. That's where they say creation and birth happens, but it's not just human life. It's the creation and birth of ideas, of dreams and manifestations as well. It's just the energy source of creation. It's also where your sensuality comes from. It's the sexual and sensual chakra. So if you're not in touch with your sexuality or your sensuality, if you are not comfortable in it or even like practicing using it, you are not only blocking your energy flow, because that's the second one. I mean, the energy's going like this, it's going up, you're stopping it almost at the damn root. You're blocking your manifestations because that's where a lot of the manifestation energy comes from. I don't know who needs to fucking hear this, but you're not too smart, you're not too professional, you're not too classy or whatever the fuck to not twerk. And that's a little fucking racist as well. Let's get into that because like twerking, I believe, is a newer term, but it comes from and is inspired by so many other cultural practices. Like I believe that it originated in Africa. There's a style of dance called whining. I've seen it done at like a lot of festivals and stuff. And then also in Hindu, there's like Shakti energy work. So it's just like, y'all are not too anything. You're not too this, too that, too cool, too special, too important, too classy to use your sensuality to twerk. Shake some ass, bitch. And I know that like not everybody is like, oh, I'm not a good dancer. I don't have rhythm. It's not even like about that. But if you're like, I don't even know where to start and I don't feel comfortable dancing, I will say one of my good friends, Tessa, on Instagram has a page called The Art of Being Sexy, where she teaches dance classes, but also posts videos of like some of the dances and some of like her tips and information about it. And I highly recommend. I'm going to read exactly what the website said. Actually, it's not the website. I got this from Instagram. The Art of Being Sexy is a beginner's guide to sensual movement. It's a dance class, and then it's in like quotations, like dance class for beginners focused around femininity, sensuality, help you get into your body and out of your head. This class isn't about looking good. It's about feeling good because when you feel good, you look good. The Instagram is The Art of Being Sexy. And you know what? My bestie is a testament to this because she just recently started getting into twerking and like, she was like, oh my God, it is so much fun. And then after I do it, I'm in like such a good mood for some reason. Yes, queen, you're moving that stagnant fucking energy around. And she just does it alone in her room, listening to Megan Thee Stallion. You can do that too. You don't have to go take a class if you're not comfortable. You don't have to tell anybody you're fucking doing it. You don't have to like shake your ass and then be like, I did it, everyone. I shook my ass. But all of a sudden, you're going to start seeing, oh my God, my life is changing for the better. I'm attracting everything manifestation wise so much quicker. Everything is just falling into place. People are going to be like, what have you done? How did you do it? You say, I don't know. I guess I'm just in alignment. You know how, bitch. You've been shaking that ass. But that's also because chemically, like the art of like moving your hips and shaking and dancing and twerking and all of that releases like a happy chemical and pleasure. Wouldn't you fucking know the key of sex magic is pleasure? Using your pleasure to manifest. Like I said, it's like a really quick, fast track. Okay, take a hit and then everyone just calm the fuck down because I'm going to say something and I'm so afraid of being misunderstood. I'm going to be very careful how I say this because I do not want y'all to misconstrue what I'm saying. This is not some fucking purity culture, conservative right-wing pipeline bullshit, okay? That's not what I mean. I'm just saying because sex is this like really intense energy exchange, it can be very important / detrimental depending on who you do it with and what the intentions are. I'm not saying y'all need to be in love. I'm not saying you even need to know the motherfucker for real. I'm just saying you guys have to both have pure intentions. Even if intention is just, hey, let's have consensual sex. I think you're hot. You think I'm hot. It'll be fun. That's totally fine. That's consensual. That's good fucking vibes. But have you ever had sex with someone who's a fucking loser? Or maybe they were like abusive to you. And then you notice after time, like over time, you're like, I'm getting worse and worse, like mentally, physically, emotionally. And it's like bringing me down. That energy exchange that during sex is not fucking helping, okay? I'm just saying don't fuck losers. I'm saying consent is key. Make sure the vibes are right. That's really all that I fucking care about. And while I can't agree when people say, well, it's like a sacred practice, I think that just means it's powerful, but I don't think it has to be heavy. Like, I really genuinely think like two enthusiastically consenting adults who are like excited about it, that's sacred enough. Like, that's awesome. I don't think it really necessarily matters who it's with as long as, like I said, the vibes and intention behind it are good. So don't get it twisted. I'm not saying only do it with your fucking long-term partner, or you need to be married, or don't have a high body count, baby. Especially if you like to utilize your magical powers that way, by all means, stack up the bodies. Just make sure the vibes are good. Take a hit. I just wanted to mention that, just kind of like help break the stigma because not even just that, but being a sexual or sensual person or somebody in touch with their sensuality and sexuality does not make you low class or bad or trashy or slutty or whatever. Actually, I love sluts, so I don't give a fuck. Like, none of this defines the type of person you are in a bad way. It just makes you cool as fuck. Also, I know sex witches that are 100% completely celibate. Like, they only mess with themselves. I also know people who are stripper sex witches and sex work sex witches. We all come in different shapes and sizes. I know a school teacher who's a sex witch in her spare time. Like, these are all just well-rounded, kind, lovely, successful, normal fucking people. Sweetie pie badasses. And then before we do our oracle ending, it wouldn't be responsible of me if I didn't say, maybe go ahead and just do a protection spell before you do any type of new magic or magic in general, spells at all. But especially if you're newer to it, go ahead and do just like a protection spell beforehand. You can look them up. If you already have some, you can just do that. You can just bless your space, whatever. I don't want to be responsible for someone being like, I tried the manifestation masturbation and it worked too well. And, I said I wanted to get pregnant, but I didn't say I wanted to get pregnant with a kimono dragon. And it's like, girl, I didn't. You should have done a protection spell. You said you wanted a baby. You didn't specify what baby. Anyway, so the oracle card that I pulled for y'all, birthing a new age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. I mean, I feel like that was pretty fucking spot on for this whole episode, but you let me know what you thought. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.